Testing. Did you guys hear me once or twice?
Once.
We only hear you once.
Josh, everything I say just echoes back into my ears really loud.
So it's fucked.
And my voice is really annoying.
So it's all over. You're out.
It's over. Not in Trump's America, man.
Yeah.
Josh, this is a Kamala issue.
This is honestly,
there's someone new in the administration, guys.
This is a Biden Mike issue.
Well, I mean, in Trump's America, this might be deportable.
I agree.
Josh, you might be out. Oh. Isn't there a hotline?
Yeah, I think there is. I think even if you're just like a lackluster American, they'll send you out.
Mediocre Americans, call the hotline.
Yeah, out of here.
So
I guess I got to bail.
Drama's doing his best. He tried. Everyone kind of, comes at you when you don't record the pod.
No. Give me a pass. This is Josh's fault.
Yeah.
It's me. We got to fix the system.
Just message Josh and tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, because
blame Josh.
Right now for the listeners, Drama's voice is echoing back into his ears, so he cannot have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, impossible.
If it was happening for me, it wouldn't be a problem because I love hearing myself talk.
That's fair.
Yeah, turns out, hate my own voice.
I think everyone hates their own voice, to be honest. I don't like hearing myself.
I used to hate my own voice. Now I love it. I think it's unbelievable.
That's amazing. Okay, well, I got to go. I guess it's not working. So have a good episode. Kathy's, I apologize.
We'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Ciao.
Peace, y'all.
All right, Kathy's. Unfortunately, we had a technical difficulty, so Drama's out. But Anna and I will continue to record the episode. So I think the big news of the day, Anna missed after that glorious American holiday, MLK Day and Inauguration Day. You missed the episode.
I did.
Do you have any words to share, or are you just happy to be an American today?
I'm always happy to be an American. I was happy across all the administrations. So there's nothing I've been less happy or happier about.
Great.
What I will say is I tried to watch as much as I could on CNN. I kept, toggling the different
CNN,
networks. Yeah. I wanted to hear both sides. And
CNN was a lot of bitterness.
Yeah, there was. And I actually kind of understand it in the context of how governments have worked over the last, hundreds of years. So it was clear. Trump made all the tech billionaires in the front row, Zuck, Sundar, Bezos, like you name it.
You saw who the camera angle shots were.
Yeah, and there was those guys.
Yeah.
Tim Cook even though he was second row.
Yeah. Alexander Arnault.
Why was Tim Cook second row?
He's not as important.
I mean, Sundar and Tim Cook, they're not founders.
Microsoft is making a big investment. It's not founders, it's the company. Who's cozying up more?
Yeah, so I think what CNN's take was that typically senior cabinet officials, governors, senators take those seats.
Yeah.
And now it's like clear. It was just business folks, which is whatever. I don't really care. But what I do care about is I think it's very clear in this administration, regardless of your political beliefs, don't care. The 0.001% know this is their opportunity to capitalize.
Yeah, but
you have a 2-year sprint before the midterms because the country changes, the momentum.
If the Democrats lose it again, they should dissolve the party.
Fine, but my point is everyone knows there's this window, right? Like there was the crypto ball on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I saw Fred from Coinbase, Brian Armstrong.
Everyone was there.
Matt Wong.
I have random friends that were there.
Yeah.
They're not even to do with crypto, just like party people.
And they know that they have a window.
Yeah.
And what the irony to me about all of what happened over the weekend and what we saw in the inauguration is like the extraordinarily rich people know they're going to get extraordinarily richer.
Yeah.
And the people that actually voted him in the office aren't going to benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, same with Democrats. They never benefit.
I know.
But that's, you can't say that that's a feature of just the Republican Party, that the common man.
He sold a message on.
But they all sell the same message.
They also, here's the thing.
I'm going to put it differently. The message, the way, if Donald Trump is considered a success for the common man, this will be it. Is inflation under control in 4 years? That will be his success metrics. He's talking about eggs and bacon. Like, you could talk about crypto and deregulation. That doesn't affect the common man. The common man cares. Am I able to buy more stuff in 4 years, or am I going to buy even less stuff? He will be judged by that. That is the metric that he will be.
You know what the thing is? I don't even think he'll be judged by that, because I think he's a religion at this point.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would judge him by that. To me, if
I don't think
if he curbs inflation, that's a big win.
But now you see economic experts are saying his tariff policy, which I think he's issuing any time now in the next couple hours, it sounds like, it's going to cause inflation.
But not if taxes are given away somewhere else, right? Like, you don't give tariffs and then increase taxes. You balance it out somewhere. That's how those economists are unilaterally looking at it, that there's nothing else going to happen. If something else in the economy happens, then it doesn't matter. The last tariffs didn't cause inflation. It didn't.
Well, technically,
and no one repealed it. No one repealed it. Biden never repealed it.
And we had inflation.
But it wasn't the tariffs cause
it was
of
COVID
inflation.
Stimulus that started with Trump.
We know that it was all stimulus passed by all those people. That was the reason for inflation.
But I do think, like, I just feel bad for the random Midwest, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin voter that thinks he's going to save the day. And if you saw who was in the inauguration, they're going to make a lot of freaking money.
So I'm going to tell you, as a common man, how to participate in the wealth. Have your money invested. That's it. That's how you participate. That's all they're doing. They're investing their money. So if you have a $200 saved, put it in Bitcoin, put it in the S&P 500, because that's where all the wealth is going to be created. It's going to be created there. So I think that I'm an optimist. Everyone can participate in the wealth creation that's about to happen. Crypto's whole thing is decentralizing the opportunity. If the crypto people are so giddy, then why doesn't everyone just put $100 in there and participate?
I agree.
Put $100 in the S&P 500.
I said it. Bitcoin 50K. This is the most obvious trade of your life. Yeah, and it's 2x.
And I think, given that there's
how many things have 2x in 4 months?
I don't know. Nvidia probably.
No.
And Nvidia's up more in a year
Trump
than
coin. Yes.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but my point is like, I think what he's doing for crypto is going to bring so many new entrants into it. And the common man is going to be like, Trump has a coin? Fuck it, I'm in. And maybe their first intro is into the Trump coin. So that's why I disagree with...
The problem with the way a person who's not financially literate thinks about things is they want to do the Trump coin. They want to do the 100x leverage, and they're going to get smoked. It happened in 21.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again. And they're not going to participate.
Yeah, whatever. No one gives a fuck about the common man. That's the problem.
You just said you're the common man.
I am the common man. I'm saying a president of the United States, no president has ever done anything for the common man.
That's not true.
That's not their incentive, right? They take care of their donor class. That's what both parties have always done.
I mean, Obama had national health care. That's the common man.
There's a lot of people that say that's a problem today.
I think they're wrong.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion. People can get insured.
I know, but people believe that's inflationary
without pre-existing conditions. That is a massive
people have
thing.
Said healthcare costs have exploded because of Obamacare.
They have, but they also don't realize that people with pre-existing conditions would be dead.
I'm just telling you the facts of the inflated cost of healthcare for healthy Americans have gone up. So that's why I'm liberal, because I believe in taking care of the bottom, not just taking care of the top. I'm going to make a lot of fucking money in the next 4 years. Let's not be clear. I don't care. I want poor people to be able to be helped. But that's the approach that you have to take then is, what are the blockers for poor people today? Inflation is the biggest blocker for poor people in America. Their cost of living is too high. food inflation, healthcare inflation, auto insurance inflation. That's how you solve the problem. What are you going to do? You want to just hand out more money to poor people? That's not going to work. We know they're not going to disproportionately spend it on them.
But I think Obamacare is completely underestimated for what it's done for tens and tens of millions of Americans.
I know, but it has also been inflationary for healthcare costs. Two things can be true.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
That's your opinion. For someone who can't afford healthcare today, who's healthy, may feel differently. They're allowed to have that opinion too. You've benefited from it. Other people have not benefited from it.
I think there's
you're only viewing it your perspective. You're not viewing it from all perspectives. That's why I don't agree with you.
I mean, you don't have to agree with me. There's no question. I don't care if you do or don't. But
then why were you talking about it? Let's just move on to the next topic. If you don't care what I have to say, then I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
All right.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Do you have anything else in the election?
Your guy won. Congratulations.
We knew he was going to win. We knew a year ago he was going to win. It was obvious. The country has shifted their beliefs. The one thing I will call out that was really awesome, on Inauguration Day, All In released an episode with some politicians, some Republican politicians, Democratic politicians, and a bunch of different politicians. It was so fucking good. And the reason why, it was the first time you got politicians to like be so casual. Like when you get a congressman on CNN, they know, or Fox News, they know they're going to get attacked on cable news, and they only have 3 minutes. So they're trying to get in their fucking quips as fast as possible, and then they get nowhere. And it's unfortunately a really bad experience for anyone watching on television. It was so good. I highly recommend everyone who's mildly interested in politics listen, because you're hearing this Republican guy.
I saw Ted Cruz was on. Who was the Democrat? I didn't get to listen to it.
No, they did a whole nother episode with like 5 people. Khanna was on. There's a lot of people on it. It was so good. And like just hearing how Congress works today versus 10 years ago, how casual they were. And, you know, you also know that they're all friends. They all work together. They all have dinners together. Like it was really, really interesting. And like, I really enjoyed it. It was fucking awesome.
But the thing with politics that everyone who's followed it in decades is they go up on speeches and they all hate each other. And then they go play cards and drink scotch and they all get along.
Yeah.
That's really what politics is. Yeah, it's like the whole old school Clinton thing. Like he was the cloakroom guy.
Yeah.
That like he was
sure he was. He loved the cloakroom. God knows what was happening in that room.
But he was able to get things done because after he does his public media speech, which is very divisive.
Yeah.
He goes back, plays cards, scotch, smokes a cigar, and they actually talk about issues.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's happened in the last 8 years. Let's see if it happens in the next 4.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think there are certain people in both parties that are trying to be productive and trying to have a constructive conversation. And then certain people are going to burn the fucking, like, I don't think, Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC are going to play ball on anything. I think they're both useless people in Congress, completely useless. But I think there's other people that are like center left, center right, that I think they have the ability to make huge change in this country. The other thing is the press conferences are back. They're fucking unbelievable. I don't know if you watched the AI announcement. I watched it live.
I just saw the tweets.
I didn't get to watch TV was on, so I turned on the volume, and it's Larry Ellison, Sam Altman, Massa from SoftBank, and Donald Trump. First of all, we were talking about this, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Like when you have titans of industry who are like revolutionizing the world, I think it's incredibly important that the White House and government in general include them in the process. Like imagine, it's like when they were doing the EV investments and Elon Musk wasn't there. Like, what are you doing? He created the fucking industry.
Yeah.
And with AI, it would be really stupid if Sam Altman was not there. Even though I don't even like the guy and he rubs me the wrong way, I think him being there, it gives like, if you're a founder of a business, you're like, shit, if I have a sick business and it's important to this country, I'm going to be at the White House. Like Sam Altman was never in the Biden administration. He wasn't hanging out there all the time.
Did you see the Sam Altman Elon beef on Twitter?
But you don't have the money.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So Sam Altman claims that he's getting.
Well, Trump announced it. Trump announced there's $500 billion being invested.
But Elon, who's his guy, who's the vice president of the United States, said they don't have the money.
Yeah. Well,
he said there's 10 billion max on very good account. That's what he said.
My guess is
so like that's where it becomes just like a pissing contest.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Because like
when you have like titans of industry, which Sam is and which Elon is, which
Larry Ellison was there.
Larry, Trump, all these guys, they're like the biggest people in the world. And then it always gets back down to like a Instagram DM feed of like people talking shit. That's what's funny. Like,
I like
if
that.
you think about like the Kendrick Drake beef, right? And everyone has a side.
Yeah.
And they're going on live streams talking about it. And now you're seeing that the most powerful people in the world are no different.
Yeah. I think it's a good lesson that like you can be petty. Right? Like, why not? Like, the same way we all fight, they're fighting the same way too.
Like DJ Academics versus the Kendrick base and this, that. And everyone thinks they're stupid, but they're no different than Sam and Elon.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other interesting thing is that we're all get to see it live, which is really fun. Because now, because Elon is the center of communication
he's the center of the world.
Yeah, center of the world. He likes to communicate in public. He doesn't communicate privately. If he's got something to say, he's doing it on Twitter.
Yeah, I think
it's also a business decision, right? Like,
Elon also he
could easily text Sam Altman and be like, dude, bullshit. You don't got the money. Why are you saying that?
But he knows his phone's hacked, so he doesn't care. So might as well tweet it.
Tweet it and let everyone see.
Why do everything privately?
Yeah, it's such a good business for X. Like, can you imagine? It is the most important platform on earth.
That, I mean, there's no question. X is the biggest. I think it's just funny that the people that everyone worships and reads their books and listens to their podcasts are no different than a 16 and 17-year-old arguing over Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah. I think the interesting piece to this all is there are some, like the $500 billion announcement is a mega investment. Mega. I think we're just glossing over the fact that the number is 500 billion. We've never seen anything like it. And on CNBC, Satya Nadella was on, and they asked Satya, hey, we just heard about this investment. Are you guys involved? And he goes, I'm good for 80 billion. So I do think like making this whole thing public is basically forcing everyone's hand to participate.
Well, yeah, it's just similar to the inauguration $1 million check.
Yeah.
I don't know who was first, whether it was Zuck or Bezos or.
But you all know.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know Silicon Valley people that probably don't entirely agree with a lot of the stuff that's going on, but they knew they had to show up.
Yeah.
And everyone's hands being forced. So do you remember the Clear and Present Danger Harrison Ford movie?
Yeah.
We call it the Potomac two-step in DC.
Yeah.
It's inauguration to Davos.
Yeah.
That's where everyone went.
Yeah.
So everyone was in DC this weekend, and now they're all in Davos.
Yeah.
Jamie Dimon's in Davos, Ray Dalio's in Davos.
Yeah, everyone was at the inauguration.
They were all there.
Yeah, they all
left. I think a lot of people, other than the super famous CEOs,
probably left Monday
morning.
Plus the inauguration got moved.
Yeah, so like they probably didn't have seats.
Yeah, the hot seats were taken.
Yeah, you have 10 CEOs.
Yeah. And I think the other big news that happened last week that I also thought was really interesting is you're seeing the wave now of, I don't know if you saw it today, Samsung is looking now at a factory in America.
Who's in Ohio? Someone was opening 4,000 jobs.
Yeah, Andurill's investing $1 billion in a facility in Ohio they say will employ 4,000 jobs. And Andurill, if you don't know, is becoming the preeminent defense tech company.
Yeah, it's the new Northrop Grumman.
Yeah, it's and what you're seeing is that like this, and Stanley Druckenmiller said it in his inauguration interview. He said it that like every CEO felt like their hands were tied the last 4 years, and they're waking up today giddy that the tide is changing. And what people don't realize that in business is very similar to your personal life is people want to feel good. If they feel good, they do more business.
So if you want to step back a little bit, right? Because, Zuck was liberal, Bezos was liberal. They were all liberal. Sundar was liberal.
Yeah, I was liberal.
And politics just needs to change in the sense that I get you could change your opinion. Everyone can change their opinion. It's fine. But like to do it so shamelessly is what's interesting to me.
Well, the problem is the shameless piece of it. In your eyes, it's shameless. It's
like these guys don't need more money.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because I spoke to someone really wealthy about it the other day in New York. There's no dog in the race. I'm fucking rich. Didn't care. He was just like, I'm disgusted with the policies. Like, I'm disgusted. I do not agree with it for my children. Some of the things that has happened in the country the last 4 years. And that's everything from some of their stance on Israel, some of the stance on the things happening in kids' schools, crime, what are the priorities of the US citizens. And so a lot of people woke up and say, I don't agree with anything. Fuck, why am I giving? And by the way, these people give money. If you don't give money, like I don't donate to politics. So for me to switch is not a big deal. No one was catering to me either way. Mine was just like an ideological shift where I was like, I don't agree with a lot of this shit anymore. And so I'm like, I can't keep supporting. And my support in my case is just a vote. It's not money. So it's not that important, not as important as someone with money. I think people like,
no, but my point is, I think Zuck and these guys just basically go where the wind's blowing because it doesn't affect their lives personally. Doesn't affect their bank account. Like Zuck's worth whatever, 200 billion, 300 billion.
Zuck's bank credit. He goes to 400 billion. You don't think he wants to be the richest man in the world?
Oh, well, he's got Elon.
Okay, but do you think he would beat him? Of course, Elon's not going to let him beat him. Well, it's the same reason why is he fighting? Because he wants to. Why not? I want to beat people up. So I think it's pretty animal instinct in the most basic sense that like people just want more.
I think want more is right. I just know the average person's going to get left behind, and we'll see.
Whatever. Biden left them behind too.
I don't know. A lot of people made money in the last 4 years.
Yeah, stock market. You're going back to the same thing. They're going to do. Those same people are going to get rich again.
Unemployment's at the lowest.
Okay, well, I mean, but then why did all the poor people or low income people
it's good
vote
messaging.
for Trump?
It's good messaging.
Yeah, and that's all. I mean,
he's really good at messaging that.
Yeah,
everyone poor.
I will tell you, I think it'll be a different story in 4 years. I think inflation will get killed. If inflation gets killed, that's all that matters. He would go down as a great.
He wants to eliminate the federal income tax. I just saw that.
People have more money at least.
That's gonna.
I know, but like, do you know, like, there's so much waste in the federal government, trillions of dollars. What are they doing?
Well, you can't cut the defense budget.
Okay, that's fine. There's other ways to collect money is the point. Tariffs do work. We have tariffs. We've always had tariffs. We're not a tariff-free country. You know that, right?
I know we're not a tariff-free country.
100 years we've had tariffs.
It's going to be fascinating, but let's move on to Bitcoin.
What's the latest on Bitcoin?
Larry Fink. So everyone's in Davos, the Potomac two-step that I talked about. Everyone's in Davos talking about Bitcoin. There's rumors that any day now, Trump's going to announce a strategic reserve for Bitcoin. And my guess is countries are quietly buying, knowing U.S. is about to.
Yeah, you got to hedge your risk.
And he was on CNBC or one of the networks saying that he thinks sovereigns are going to take 2 to 5% of their whatever currency denominated wealth they have and put it in Bitcoin. And he's like 700-800K is happening really soon.
It's amazing. So there you go. If you keep calling them the poor people, tell the poor people in your party to fucking invest some money.
I've been saying that for 10 years.
Like, this is a democratized access.
Yeah, 7 billion people have smartphones. Yeah. So anyone can buy this.
Yeah.
$10, $100, $50, $5.
That's my point. I think I think this new optimism in the country will get people comfortable. Like one of the things that happened in 2008 where a lot of people missed out on the wealth creation in the public equity markets was people felt screwed by Wall Street. Average person felt like, fuck these guys. No one went to jail. And by the way, 2008 was purely created by Wall Street.
And they were right, to be honest.
Yeah, they were right. So what happened? The distrust in the financial institution happened. And you stopped giving money. Fuck the bank. I'm not even investing in stocks. Like the markets got destroyed back then. We're so far removed from 2008, right? Like if you're
16 years.
Yeah. Think about it. If you were 16, then you're 33 years old now. 33 years old, right? So at 33, you don't really remember, maybe your parents lost their job, maybe you guys moved out, whatever, but you don't really have too much PTSD from that era. So you're walking into this new environment, which is like, hey, obviously like it is a very capitalistic environment. It is like, we want everyone to make money. Like that's the vibe. I think you will see more participation in equities and in crypto and in, which I think will inflate the prices a lot because like there is a little bit more trust in the market now. The average person maybe has more trust in the financial institutions they had in 2008, marginally. I'm sure at scale, people still don't trust massive financial institutions, but I do think there's a tide shifting where like people are like, all right, let's go back to investing again. A lot of people got their money out. I think maybe I was talking to my in-laws about this. Like they're all in very safe bonds. They have no money in the stock market. They don't want to risk at all losing what they worked their whole life for. And I think a lot of people have that, but I think there will be a risk on appetite for a portion of everyone's wealth.
Yeah, I think the risk for everyone listening is the get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
So Trump coin, Melania coin, 100x leverage on crypto. And I think that's where the normal person's going to go.
Yeah.
Because they want to go from having $1,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. And if you don't have the patience to wait 5-10 years.
And the reality is when you look at the greatest investor in history is Warren Buffett. And I think his annualized return was like 21% or something.
Yeah, which is better than every hedge fund and VC firm.
Better than S&P, better than everything. He's an all-time greatest investor. So if you think about it from that perspective, if let's say $1 million Bitcoin is in the horizon of, let's be conservative, 10 years, okay? 10 years. That would be 10x from today, which would outperform Warren Buffett at 22%, right? So if you believe that that is possible, or you believe NVIDIA can double from here in the next 10 years, you would be better than Warren Buffett if you were right on those assumptions. So I think it's like, that's where I think the shift in America, where the average person starts participating is.
I just hope they do it responsibly, not like COVID style.
No, but
because
like
COVID style was options, was NFTs, was altcoins, not Bitcoin.
Can I tell you what I would do if I was president? I would never do this. I would make it illegal to gamble. Ban DraftKings, ban FanDuel. You want to gamble? Put it in fucking Bitcoin. That's it. Put it in NVIDIA. And you can't do options. We should fucking ban options.
Options should be banned for non-hedge funds.
You should have at least $1 million in your bank account to do options.
Oh, that's what accredited investors are.
Yeah.
You have to have $1 million.
And I know a lot of people want to lift that. And what? Let them invest in startups? Are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah,
You're the hardest to be a successsucking investor in startups.
You have to invest in 100 companies and lose 75 of them.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't agree with, I know in All In, they always say they talk about credit. I disagree with that. I think it's fucking dangerous. So I think the right move is why are we letting, like, you know how many people lose investable income in draft fucking kings every day?
And gambling.
Think about how many people that gamble $50 a day.
I would say 100 million people in America.
Okay, $50 a day. That's $18,000 a year. If you put $18,000 a year into an
I know this because even when I go to restaurants that I take like my daughter or son to, the busser and the waiter all have action.
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, the game's on.
There's like a soccer game in Europe. It doesn't even matter what time of the day it is.
And they're
Everyone
$10,
is actually,
$20, $30. And you see it because I see it on social media. People are putting a $20 40 team parlay to win $100,000.
Yeah, like I don't think there's a game today, but whatever. They'll bet over 25 yards, Travis Kelce catch.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. So it's actually funny. Our very close childhood friend, who's a very successful hedge fund guy, I'm going to leave his name out, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, you talk about the S&P so much on the pod, and he's like, I don't even have the discipline to just keep it in there. And he's like, I know everything you're saying is right.
I'd rather trade it.
Yes.
Yeah. Gambling or trading?
No, trading.
Okay.
In and out of stuff. And, you know,
it's the action.
He's worked at Citadel. He's worked at all these places, AQR. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he called me and he was like, you're so right, but I can't do it. And I'm probably more educated than 99.9% of people in finance.
This is, remember when you said, why do people will continue to invest in VC? They want the action. Yeah. The action of being an LP in a VC is exciting. Every year you go sit down with the fund. They're like, we're investing in AI robotics and fucking a dog that can jerk you off. Whatever it is. That stuff gets people excited.
Yeah, for him, it's trading because he's good at it.
Yeah. So you're just like, I like the action. And
it's like equivalent of me betting on, you know, the Chiefs casino, or something.
The casino loves it. Yeah, you want to trade? Like I just saw on Robinhood today announced index options. You want to fucking trade?
Well, I mean, you look at the overnight options is like the highest volume it's ever been.
Yeah.
In history.
And it's only going to pick up. So yes, I agree. I think.
But isn't it crazy that like probably the smartest person we know in finance can't help himself?
Yeah. Yeah. This is why Warren Buffett is a genius. He's so the patience and discipline you have to not touch it and do nothing.
And then there's another thing I wanted to bring up. Anthony Pompliano, who's like the Bitcoin kind of guy. He's on CNBC, whatever. Yeah. And he tweeted out, Warren Buffett is the original meme coin.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And he made a good argument.
Yeah.
He's like, Warren Buffett goes on CNBC talking about Coca-Cola, McDonald's.
Pumping his own shit.
And he's like, it's no different than the Trump coin.
I don't have a problem with the meme coin thing. If we're going to allow gambling, full on gambling, which is, I'm talking sports gambling. If we allow that, meme coins should go nuts. It's the same thing.
I think, so the upside case for meme coins, in my opinion, I think it's the second iteration of NFTs.
Yeah.
Where you're buying a brand.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're a Trump fan, you want the Trump coin.
Yeah.
It's like a card collector.
Yeah, like if you're one of the 77 million people or whatever that voted for him, buy $10 of it. Why not? It's your guy.
Yeah, it's your guy. And I think it accelerates before it decelerates.
Yeah, I think it's just the beginning.
I think it's the beginning. Like even Brian Armstrong, who's the CEO of Coinbase, tweeted out, like, we need to be better on Solana. Meme coins are the future. He tweeted it. This guy runs crypto in the world.
Well, I mean, it's no different, in my opinion.
It's like card collecting.
It's card collecting. It's buying something expensive from a luxury brand. If it's a badge of honor, that meme coin, I know how many people in the office were talking to me like, I put 5 G's in Trump. I put 5 G's in Trump. A lot of people walked up to me and were telling me about their investment into Trump coin.
But it's interesting that NFTs couldn't capture this wave.
Because I think they were promising they were going to do something. And they didn't deliver. Like, what did these NFTs deliver?
Well, I guess the point I'm saying, if you...
At least the meme coin it's funny. It's delivering a laugh. What did the NFT deliver? What are you going to do with this? They were trying to, this is the entry into this new world and we're going to have secret societies.
So they just dumbed it down and said, we're Trump.
We offer no value. There's no utility for this. But guess what? It's going to be pretty fucking cool to have a Trump coin. And you're like, hell yeah, it is. Why do people buy dumb t-shirts with sayings? How many $1 billion a year business is that?
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just curious why NFTs couldn't capture the same thing.
It's too sophisticated. Too hard.
Yeah.
Trying too hard.
Maybe.
The other big news that came out was Trump gave a 75-day stay of the TikTok ban. He said yesterday in the AI announcement that he felt that the United States should own 50% of it. And if we don't, it's worth nothing. And so...
And he also said, I don't mind if Elon buys it.
Elon or Larry. Larry, you're a rich guy. You can buy it, right? And he goes, yes, sir, Mr. President.
Larry offered to buy it.
First time around.
Yeah, the first time around. I think it was the fall of 22 or something.
Yeah. Larry would love to have it. Love to have it. I think...
It's also like...
I think it's fucked.
You think it doesn't get sold?
No. I don't...
So
but by the way, let's say they agree to it. And Donald Trump goes... It's Elon Musk. The pride of these Chinese people, they're not going to let Elon beat him.
So what I've read on news, Twitter, whatever, is that their ByteDance values TikTok at like 50, 60 billion. Mm-hmm. And ByteDance is like a $350 billion company.
So they're comfortable losing it.
And they will just stare them down the eye and say, take it, like close it. We don't care. Because TikTok US definitely loses money. Yeah. The amount they spend on servers, it's got to be an ungodly amount.
I bet you TikTok US is the only part of TikTok that makes money. The rest of the world is useless.
But just the cost of operating is probably pretty high.
That. I think that's bullshit. I think they're playing chicken there. Think about Meta. Meta's entire business is America. You don't think Meta prints cash?
No, we know it does.
So does TikTok. TikTok is fucking lying.
Meta does like, I think 12, 13 billion of EBITDA a quarter.
Okay. I'm guessing TikTok does 10 billion.
Dude, Meta has both properties. I know WhatsApp doesn't make money, but Facebook and
whatever,
Insta.
5 billion EBITDA. Whatever. I think TikTok is trying to... Everyone's like, oh, they don't even need it. Yeah, right. They fucking need it. Do you want to be invested in the Chinese consumer economy or the fucking American one in the golden era?
But it's also... You're playing with the counterpart that's backed by the government.
Yeah.
So ByteDance, Xi may just say, I can't have you
interrupt my other operation.
Just I'll fund you from the government.
Yeah. I think that's the play. I think it does get banned though. Because the obvious buyer, Trump is going to decide the buyer. It is not like an open democratic process.
No. Nothing is anymore.
No. So
democracy's done.
You got to jump on the right side. I know
people say threat to democracy,
but as long as you get on the side of it, you're chilling. So I think he's going to decide who the buyer is. The buyer is either Larry Ellison,
Elon Musk,
or Zuck. And there's no fucking way China's...
Maybe Satya. I don't know. Can Microsoft own it? They bought LinkedIn.
Oh, they would love to own it. Why would China approve any of these people? I wouldn't want it in the hands of any of these people.
Yeah. It also, like, if you think about life just in general, like all these people that have ungodly amounts of money, that they still want to play ball.
It's the action. I don't think you appreciate that. It's the same reason why our friend likes to trade options. Which is basically a zero-sum game.
Yeah, but you have to go and kiss Donald Trump's ass and say, thank you, Mr. President. What did he say? What did Larry Ellison say?
Yes, Mr. President.
Larry Ellison's worth like $100 billion.
Yeah, why not? Why not be worth 500?
And he's in his 80s.
And
like, when you stop? When's the game stop?
Never. Look at Warren Buffett. He's not stopping. He's just still writing out letters and fucking memos. Dude, the game doesn't stop. You have to understand, these people have been working their entire life. What are they going to do? Play golf?
No, I'm not saying play golf, but like...
But if you're going to be in the arena, you want to win. Why not? You want to... This is also a legacy. If Larry Ellison becomes the guy that owns TikTok and lets it live on for 200 years, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, these people are built differently.
Yeah, look at Trump. Why is Trump doing anything?
Well, he did it because he had to get out of all this criminal proceeding.
Okay, but like even I guarantee
no choice.
4 years from now, you think he's just going to sit there and play golf? No, he's going to be everywhere.
He's still playing golf.
I know. I'm just saying, like, after it's all said and done, Do you think he's going to do the George Bush where he just disappears and paints? No. He's going to be with MBS. He's going to be with the King of Jordan. He's going to be
I'm telling you, the biggest winner is Jared Kushner, by far.
I mean, he was already winning. He was raised $3 billion before any of this shit happened.
I understood, but now he is out of conflict because he's not in the administration.
Yeah, so he could do whatever he wants.
He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Every world leader knows that he's got a direct line to the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He's the biggest winner, in my opinion, of all of this stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think...
I don't know if it's great, but yes, he's the biggest winner.
I like him a lot. I fuck with Jared. I would take money from him. I want to go meet him because I think he could help my business.
You should go to Palm Beach.
Give me an invite, Jared. I'd love. Invite me to Mar-a-Lago. I'll pull up. I bet you he doesn't even go there. He's never in those videos at Mar-a-Lago.
No, because I think he's a very sharp dude, obviously.
Yeah.
And
I think
he knows how to play the game.
I think he's intellectually very elite, and he probably just doesn't want to be around stupidity.
Yeah, and Ivanka even said, like, we have no interest in being in the White House.
Yeah.
Even though he could have taken a role.
Oh, yeah, of course, which is insane because they were there when they were hated.
Yeah, now they would be loved.
They would be loved by America. Like, Ivanka and Jared were fucking public enemy number one.
Yeah.
And now, this is the easy ride.
Well, she said, I can't have my kids deal with this.
Yeah.
That's
too
what she
much.
said.
Yeah. Yeah, so they made a family decision.
I wonder, do you think Jared would have done it if Ivanka agreed? Or he thinks he's more powerful outside?
No, I think he would. It's dude, when you're that close to power, better than money. That much power, and
he's so young that the next 4 years he would have been fine.
Whatever, he's already rich. He's billionaire already. He could wait, he could delay 4 years of potentially income to participate. I mean, it's just the power. Especially with this administration, they're flexing the power.
Yeah,
so
the power works because if Trump wasn't in power, there's a potential he'd be in jail.
Yeah. Potential, yeah. No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's fine.
Chilling. So I think on TikTok, just to put a pin in that, we're basically 5 days into this or 4 days into the stay. It's got 70 days. China's not making any effort. There's no conversation of it. I mean, there would be bankers working on it night and day to find a solution. We haven't heard any rumblings of that. I think it's fucked. So my suggestion is what I did on Saturday morning, which is I binged TikTok and I say goodbye.
Oh, so you're not using it right now?
But I was very mentally saying goodbye.
When was the day
Saturday
that
night,
we got the notification it no longer works?
Saturday night.
That was Saturday night. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Sunday it started working again.
Yeah. I want to see, is it, people were saying that as of yesterday, it wasn't in the Apple App Store, but let me see now.
Did you download Red Note?
No. Wow. So if you go on the App Store and search TikTok, you cannot download it. So
if you had it before, you could.
So where the music stops here is if they have to issue an update because of a security issue, it's over. It's a slow death. It's death by 1,000 cuts here.
I saw Portnoy going nuts about the ban. I don't know if you saw his clip.
No.
It's basically saying like, this is again, the government intervening like COVID. You're ruining
does he know that there's a counterparty of
spyware? Yeah. I don't think he understands that it's spyware. I don't think
people appreciate what spyware means.
Yeah, they can dictate U.S. discourse.
Not even just that. We already know Facebook has access to everything.
Yeah.
At least they're American. We know what their intentions are.
In the terms and conditions of TikTok, they have access to our microphones.
Yeah.
So I am on TikTok. They get to hear everything I say.
Yeah. Obviously nothing important because you're still here. Oh, they kidnap you.
Yeah. Did you see the co-founder of Ledger got kidnapped?
Yes. That's the one bad part about crypto booming again. That's scary.
But yeah, co-founder of Ledger getting kidnapped, Bitcoin ransom. It's all over the internet.
That's scary.
It's I think internationally, you got to be very careful.
Yeah. Don't talk about it.
You can't talk about it. And the people that actually own a shit ton, you need security.
Yeah. And I think that'll be a That is that's why, for those people have it in cold storage, right? So like there's the risk of that. If you're just investing in the ETF, if you invest in the ETF and get kidnapped, you're like, what do you mean to sell the ETF, transfer the money? I'm sorry, man, I don't got it. So, maybe that's the price to pay. There's the small fee.
But it's no different, to be honest. This is why, I know people in crypto are super paranoid about security risk. How is it any different than someone owning 100 million of Amazon on a Schwab account?
I guess the difference is...
So if you kidnap that person, they have to transfer it.
Crypto is instant. You transfer it instant and you could bounce it to 7,000 accounts and you'll never find it again. Yeah. But if I kidnap you today and say, okay, I need everything at Charles Schwab, first of all, it's going to take fucking 2 days.
Dude, I'll bring this up because there's no security risk for it. I had fraud on my General Citibank checking account. Yeah. And it took me 3.5 hours on the phone to get my account to stop sending money to this fraudulent transaction. And I couldn't open a new account.
Yeah.
So then I had to go to the branch this morning, spend another 2 hours to get an account open.
So that's why there's no point in kidnapping people who have regular money.
Yeah. I was like, just take it.
Yeah, it's impossible to take money out.
It's impossible. Yeah. This is why crypto exists, because of what I just experienced.
The frustrations.
It was 24 hours of nonsense.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. I think the other big news that's been happening, Trump has said that there's $3 trillion now soft committed to investing in the U.S. We'll see what that means, where that money goes, but there's a lot of money coming into the country. And we know that everyone foreign wants to place bets here to be safe. It's the safest place to continue to invest money. And if all these conflicts die down, there'll be a lot of prosperity in the near future. So we'll see. We'll have to see what else is going on there. The other business news I want to touch on, Netflix is on absolute fire. Everyone called it dead in the water 2 years ago.
Everyone did.
Dead. They reported earnings yesterday, and they were just absolutely blockbuster. And I think the big story of the Netflix situation that I thought was interesting is they're doing so well that they raised their prices. And that to me was just like an interesting, there's been a lot of discussion around Netflix is getting too expensive. We're going back to cable pricing. So the ad-supported tier will cost $7.99 a month, an increase of $1 a month. The premium tier will now cost $24.99 a month.
That's a lot.
An increase of $2 a month. So,
because how much is YouTube TV?
YouTube TV is expensive.
It's like $50, right?
I think the starting package is $79. So I have YouTube TV.
Cable was the greatest. If you get everything, Hulu, Peacock, YouTube, Netflix, you're at $300.
That's what I'm at. Because I have everything. And I have Spectrum.
So you're at like 500. Is your internet Spectrum too?
That's why.
Yeah.
And I can't unbundle. It's such a fucking pain. I don't have all of those. Maybe I have Peacock. I don't know. I can't remember.
How much do you think the rise is their live sports?
I think content in general is a big...
Because I mean, look, I don't watch TV at all in terms of... This is where I actually struggle, how everything is consumed. So podcasts, Rogan, 3.5 hours. If you're going to listen to Rogan, you can't be on Netflix.
Yeah, but
NFL, all weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Noon till 8 p.m. Then you're on YouTube watching God knows what.
Yep.
And everything has millions and millions and millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
How do people have this kind of time?
Look, there's a lot of young people who go to school.
You travel 1 million times a month. Are people just on their phone
Everyone's
Netflixing?
Consuming content. I'm on the subway. I took the subway a lot in New York last week. Everyone's watching something.
Is it YouTube, Netflix, or podcast?
TikTok,
Yeah, that's what I think. Now, we just threw in TikTok.
I know, but like TV was always being consumed. This isn't like, so the introduction of a podcast and TikTok is a newer phenomenon in the last 5 years. But like TV watching was 20 hours a week, like fucking 10 years ago. So people love watching TV, and that's not going anywhere. I also think, I'll give you another hot take on why I think Netflix engagement has gone through the roof. Everything costs so much money that it's just cheaper to spend the money on fucking Netflix.
And stay home.
Going to the movie, like, I don't know if you bought ice cream recently. Taking your kids to ice cream, like if 4 people want ice cream, it's like $50.
Yeah.
That's insane. If you want to go to one of those like gourmet, like salt and straw and all that bullshit, $50 for ice cream. So at the end of the day, you're like, okay, I'll pay $25 for Netflix, $10 for Peacock, $10 for Hulu. If I'm a family, the cheapest entertainment is TV, streaming, right? Like, do we all want to go to a movie, spend 4 hours and $200? I think I mentioned this in our chat the other day. There's a new Lucky Strike in town.
Yeah, in Beverly Center.
I landed, came to work Friday morning, and then the afternoon, Haley was like, we're taking the kids bowling, another family. It was just the mom and the son. And so it was 6 of us. We bowled for an hour and a half. $250 for the bowling. Then each kid wanted probably $30, $40 in arcade.
And then mozzarella sticks.
$120. And then we ordered pizza, burgers.
You're $1,000.
It was $500 to go bowling. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? We just spent $500 to go bowling?
And no one drank.
We each had a drink.
Okay.
We each had a drink. One drink.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's insane. And that's why I think when you're a family, specifically families, subscribe to all the streaming service and be like, whatever you want to watch, just watch it.
Because I remember when we were growing up, it was like a treat to do a movie.
Yeah.
And we do it like once a month or something.
Yeah.
So I guess $24, you get a movie every night.
Yeah. Hot movies now. I mean, when you look at Amazon Prime and Netflix, like.
And now they have like all the comedy specials for the adults after the kids go to sleep.
I will say, I think I mentioned this maybe a week ago. I turned on Netflix for the first time in a very long time, maybe months. I was so overwhelmed that I went back to TikTok. Yeah. I didn't know where to start. I was like, I've never heard of any of these shows.
I don't know any of the shows either, and I don't watch it. The only show that I'm looking forward to in the next 30 days is White Lotus. I think it launches in February.
Yeah, and watch it.
I will watch it.
Okay.
It'll be scheduled programming television. Yeah. But I only watch the like hot shit, Succession.
It's got to be a cultural phenomenon.
Yes. Squid Games 1. I didn't even watch Squid Games 2.
So
did you watch Squid Games 2?
I didn't watch Squid Game 1.
Oh, Squid Games 1's hot.
It looks stupid.
It's great.
What is it? Bro, I'm going to kill myself for $1 million? Get the fuck out of here.
Mr. Beast's version of Squid Games crushed.
What channel is that on?
On his YouTube.
Okay.
Hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. People like game shows. I like game show. But I'm not watching Squid Game. The other thing that I think that will change, the live TV consumption part of it, I think is that race is going to continue to heat up. And I think Netflix dipping their toe into it with NFL and WWE and boxing, that will continue to be relevant. And I think going into the weekend, let's move to winners, losers content. Before I pick my winner, 34 million people watch Chiefs Texans. 34 million.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
What's an insane number?
30. You have to think about it like this. I know that America has 300 plus million people, 350,
it's a tenth of the country.
But I'm talking about 34 million people watched for 3 fucking hours.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in America, you have the game on.
Yeah. Frankly, it seems low. What were the other 330 million people doing?
Those people are out eating.
Why?
I don't know.
Does that not get registered? Like someone at a,
some
Round table
restaurant.
pizza. It's on in the background.
I don't know how they capture that. Or maybe they do. And that's how they get to 34
Because like
million.
I watched the game at a restaurant. So does my vote count?
Don't know. We should have someone reach out.
Nielsen. So I'm curious to see, because 34 million feels light.
Yeah, it should be 60, 70 million.
Yeah.
Who didn't watch the game?
What were you doing? Although the place I was watching, there was a lot of people outside who chose to sit outside and not watch the game. So
they weren't watching.
Which is insane to me. I'm like, who are these people? So this weekend, talk about must-see TV. I would argue that last weekend is the best weekend of football of the year. Yeah. Because not only did we have divisional championships, we had the Monday night national title game for college.
Which is,
blockbuster. And then this weekend, we have the AFC and the NFC championship. You have the Kings, the Chiefs, versus whoever they're playing.
The Bills.
Okay, whatever.
You know who they're playing.
I don't know who they're playing. And then Eagles and
Commanders.
Do you have a prediction?
I think it's going to be Commanders, Bills.
No fucking way that's happening. Because that is a lowbrow Super Bowl.
Cheap for us.
Cheap for everybody. No one's gonna watch it. Every commercials, it's over. We're drawing. It's gonna be Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift versus the Eagles, because that's what America wants.
I mean, that is what America wants. You just asked me for a prediction, and I think the way the refs called the last game with the Chiefs, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure the Chiefs win.
God willing. Inshallah.
It is I think superstars get calls, then there's suspicious activity, and we saw suspicious activity.
That's in your eyes. I disagree. I think they're calling a great game.
But yeah, no, the league wants Mahomes, Kelce, Swift.
Versus Jalen Hurts and that
Saquon.
Yeah, that's blockbuster. Although I love
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, he's my next.
That could be what the NFL also might want to get a new star. Rookie quarterback.
Yeah, not yet. You gotta wait a couple more years, kid.
I mean, Lamar can't even get there.
Yeah, but they suck.
He's gonna have 3 MVPs after this year.
Fine. He threw picks. It was his fault too. We can blame it on Mark Andrews, but his fault too. Anyways, you should watch the games this weekend. I think it's important, especially in this administration. Part of the momentum of this country should be required to watch the games this weekend.
So here's what's interesting for your Bills take that they're not going to win. You know, Donald Trump got blocked from buying the Buffalo Bills by the NFL, by the Shield.
Yeah.
Like 30 years ago.
Okay, so fuck him.
So Trump doesn't want the Bills.
Nobody wants the Bills. Who wants the Bills?
But then Kelce and Tay are big liberals. Vaccine
pushers. The Hunts, though, are big Trumpers. Yeah, they are. Big. It's going to be the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a great game. Chiefs are going to come in. And I hope the Commanders do win, because I do. But I think for blockbuster ratings, you want Chiefs-Eagles.
I mean, what's the marginal impact? I mean, 150 million people are going to watch the Super Bowl.
It's billions if those two teams are in it. It's so important that the gambling, that Philly people are psychos.
They are. And we want Taylor Swift's a big deal.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see Taylor in the box at Super Bowl.
Yeah, obviously. No one wants to see.
Caitlin Clark even got in the box. You saw that?
Yeah. What a power move. They said someone posted, everyone else is playing 3-on-3 and fucking some bullshit league, and she's with Taylor Swift at the divisional.
How does that even happen? She's from Indiana or Indianapolis.
No, it's just like, it's a good look.
But who makes the call?
Taylor's team. Taylor's like, I like that girl. She hoops well. Put her in the box. That's Taylor initiating. Caitlin Clark is still nobody compared to Taylor Swift.
Compared to Swift, but she's the biggest.
Yeah, but I think she was like, I want to show empowerment, women's sports. Boom. Put the king of women's sports.
Caitlin Clark right now is top 5 athlete
in America.
Fame from like celebrity.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would agree.
It's like LeBron, Steph, Caitlin, Mahomes, Kelce. Right? Who's bigger?
Shohei.
I don't think anyone would recognize Shohei if you walk down the street on Wilshire.
Yeah, maybe he's a big guy.
He's huge.
All right, winners, losers, content. Who's your winner?
My winners are boys at California Strong.
Okay.
So both of us went to an event at Proactive Sports, and the amount of donations they got, and they were helping families, and Ryan Braun, Max Free, Mike Moustakis, they were the ones packing the bags for the families.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was so sad just seeing it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely emotional because you saw like people lost their lives.
Couldn't even. I did one lap and I was like, I can't fucking be in here.
Yeah,
this is fucking terrible.
But good on them.
Yeah, it was an incredible event. Great work, guys. My winner of the week is Ross Albright, or however you pronounce his name.
Yeah, Silk Road.
Silk Road. He got free. I think it's a good look. At the end of the day, he built a marketplace. There's a lot of marketplaces that I know personally that are criminal activity are happening. Those CEOs are not getting thrown in jail.
You know the story, right?
Yeah.
How he got arrested?
No.
He was at a library in San Francisco and working on his laptop, and the Fed just raided the library, took him, and he got taken. And, what you're saying is true. Plenty of marketplaces have criminal activity. I think crypto back then was just seen as this
and he paid his time. Like, assume he did something wrong. He was in jail for 11, 12 years.
Yeah, it happened over a decade ago.
And Trump's argument was like, we don't even convict murderers, so why is this guy in jail? Because they wanted to make it like, do you think he did something wrong? And his point was, we don't even put murderers in jail, so what does it matter?
Yeah, he's gonna have do you think he pardons SBF?
No, too much money to the libs. He's got to wait it out. You got to wait it out. He ain't getting fucking pardoned. And he's unlikable.
Yeah, he's not likable.
No, he's not like, you're not going to win any points with anyone. You don't get any points. I think for the crypto maxis, getting this guy out was a big deal.
A lot of people wanted him out.
Yeah, a lot of people were like championing his cause.
Yeah, because he didn't have control over his platform, but he also turned a blind eye to it.
Loser.
Jamie Dimon. He's probably been my loser every year for the last decade, saying Bitcoin's worthless, Bitcoin's for sex traffickers and criminals, but JP Morgan is the most bullish on Bitcoin.
Quietly buying.
So which one is it, Jamie?
Yeah. I'm going to go with my loser of the week is Fauci.
He won. He's pardoned.
There's, I don't know how true this is, but in one of our chats, Vladimir Putin is reportedly seeking to have Anthony Fauci extradited to Russia to face COVID-era crimes against humanity charges.
Well, he's part
of a deal to end the war in Ukraine. You would say 1 million plus people have died. If you give Fauci to them, the war stops.
I mean, I didn't read this, so I don't know.
It could be a complete
It's
farce,
probably a farce.
But it's an amazing idea. And he's my loser.
That's fine.
Content,
obviously, NFL.
I will give you a piece of content. A few months ago, a friend of mine, Mark, called me to do the first episode of his podcast called Open Residency. And he was like, it's going to be a movie, bro. It's going to be a movie. And, that's just like a saying. So in December, I went to Venice to record it. And we're just like an empty warehouse. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? He ends up being extremely well prepared, asked really great questions. And then the interview just came out. Openresidency.com is the website. And I'm the first guest. It came out unbelievable. Like visually, it's a beautiful, beautiful podcast. And I will say that that's the best interview I've ever done, where not only do I share like the journey of just being a founder, but I share the most amount of details about Ghost that I've ever shared with anyone. And he did a really good job of just capturing it and asking the right questions. And so if you are a fan of this podcast and are interested in learning more about kind of my background, I think it was a really well done podcast.
Great. I saw some of the clips you posted.
Clips came out great. All right. Comments. First one. This is YouTube from Neeraj.
This is good.
Lauren is definitely Snapchatting Zuck now.
So he's referencing Lauren Sanchez.
Yeah, and Zuck did like the pic post inauguration too. Public like.
I saw you guys talked about it a little bit on the pod. What was the takeaway? He just likes tits?
Yeah. Particularly hers. So that was one of them. And then the other one is at Tall Red TX. Trump did not pardon all the Jan 6ers. There are 14, I think, that need reviewing. He has allowed 2 weeks to get it done. All right. There was one grandma that says she doesn't want to be pardoned. She's like, I committed a crime. I'm good. Don't pardon me.
Smart.
She's like, I don't want to make it feel like I didn't do something wrong. Okay. Shout outs from Henry. Shout out to my wife, Judith, for finishing the Palm Beach Marathon sub 4 hours. She trained so hard for this. I'm so proud of her.
That's really fast.
That's fast because I was like 4:45.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Slow.
So congratulations to you,
That's
Judith.
amazing. From Ben, shout out to Las Vegas. Never disappoints. Was there 7 times this year, and you can't beat it. Great networking when there's a show. Amazing food options. 3, the only place with reasonable hotel rates in the whole U.S. Where else can you get a 5-star hotel for $150 a night? If Vegas was a publicly traded company, I would go all in. Just flew back from a 2-day trip in Vegas with my wife, Laura. We smashed it at the table. Shout out to the best pod in the world. I will give you hotel rates. You can find a hotel for a reasonable price there. Food is very expensive. I find the food in Vegas to be obnoxiously high.
Food's expensive. Drinks are insane.
Yeah, unless you gamble, it's free.
If you gamble, but then you're losing the money.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you gamble. If you can stall.
What's a Vegas drink? $25 at this point?
Yeah. At any of the 5 stars, you're not getting away with that 25. But the hotels are cheap. I'll give you that. And the amenities of the hotels, even like I stay at like Resorts World. It's fucking nice. The gym is nice. The spa is nice. Everything's nice.
Yeah, I was in Vegas Monday for the day.
Blockbuster.
And the SHOT Show was coming to town.
Oh, nice. By people.
So
I was happy.
I was supposed to go, but I just went for the game.
All right.
I'm waiting to hear feedback. I have friends there.
At the SHOT Show?
Yeah.
It's about guns?
It's basically put on by the Department of Defense and private companies that are focused on selling to the defense industry. Can you imagine the grift there?
Yeah.
$1 trillion a year is being spent in the next 3 days in Vegas.
It's hot. It's like the air show.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, Kathy's. Thank you for joining us. Have an incredible weekend. Watch some football. Go Chiefs. See you back here Sunday night.
Peace.